Good afternoon, or good morning, or good evening, wherever you're at, and whatever time it is when you're watching this video. This is a pre-recorded, of course, so you may be watching it at a different time than I'm actually recording it, if that makes sense. Anyways, my name is Tanya, or TitaniumBuilt. If you like the content or you appreciate today's case coverage, I really hope you'll consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that like button. It really does help the channel grow. It pushes the video into the algorithm, and I can't, say it enough for you guys. Just please like, comment, share, subscribe, all those good things. And we're going to get into today's case coverage right now. So as you guys know, we have been discussing the Idaho Four since November, since this case happened. We've been getting tiny bits of information here and there. So I found some more information out, and I wanted to bring it to you before the live tomorrow because I have so many other things to talk to you guys about in the live. I may forget about this, but I don't think I will. So I wanted to make sure that I did a video on it for you guys. So basically, this is Ethan's family member came out, and he's questioning, why Dylan didn't call the police after hearing, that her roommates were in distress. So here is the article right here. I don't know if you guys have seen this yet, but it says the family of Idaho murder victim Ethan Chapin questioned why surviving roommate Dylan Mortensen didn't call the cops after hearing crying and screaming, and claims she called all of the girls in the house rather than call 911. And before I get started, I do want to go down here because this was on Reddit and it is a verified post. So verified that it is Ethan's sister-in-law. So she went through like a verification process to get verified. And this is from 3 months ago. And it just says, yes, I hope it will come out what Dee heard. Dee supposedly called the girls in the house after the crying and screaming stopped and no one answered. And she still didn't call the police. She needs to explain herself and her actions that night. So I'll go ahead and read you guys the rest of this. And it says, Ethan's sister-in-law posted comments on Reddit after the murders took place. She claims that Dylan Mortensen called her roommates rather than the police. Mortensen said she heard screaming and crying on the night of the murders. A family member of murdered University of Idaho student Ethan Chapin has questioned why the roommate who survived the slayings didn't call the police. An account believed to belong to Ethan's sister-in-law made several posts online after the arrest affidavit was unsealed for suspected quadruple killer Brian Kohlberger. The court document detailed how surviving roommate Dylan Mortensen came face-to-face with a masked man on the night of the murders. Ethan, 20, his girlfriend Xana Kernodle, 20, and Maddie Mogan, 21, also Kaylee Gonzalez, 21, were all killed as they slept in the house on November 13th. His sister-in-law has since revealed that Dylan, who was in the property at the time of the killings, along with Bethany Funk, called all the roommates after she heard screaming and crying coming from their rooms. Posting in a thread on Reddit, she said, Dee supposedly called all the girls in the house after the crying and screaming stopped and no one answered, and she still didn't call the police. There's a picture there of Ethan, of course, and Xana looking really cute together. It says she needs to explain herself and her actions that night. When questioned about who called the police, she added, 911 caller was the friend who went in because Dee called him to come over because she was scared from what she heard in the night. He went to Xana and Ethan's room first, then called 911. Why Dylan or Bethany didn't call the police once is the question. The affidavit reveals that Mortensen came face to face with a bushy eyebrowed killer, but was spared along with Funk. Mortensen also told police that she heard several scuffles throughout the night and opened her door when she saw a suspect dressed in black with a mask covering his face and heard one of her housemates say, "There's someone here." She also heard the suspect say, "It's okay, I'm here to help you," as he wandered the house committing the atrocity. Police confirmed that a 911 call was made from the phone of one of the surviving roommates at 11:58 a.m. who requested help for an unconscious person, though it has not been confirmed who spoke to police. It has raised the question of why Mortensen didn't contact authorities sooner, with some arguing that she may have been frozen in fear. And we did talk about that on a live that we did, that you can be frozen in fear. And I want to hear your comments on that below. In the comment section, what do you guys think of this? Also, it says Ethan's sister-in-law verified. 911 caller was the friend who went in because Dee called him over because she was scared from what she had heard in the night. He went to X and E's room, so Ethan and Zaina's room first, and then called 911. Why Bethany and Dylan didn't call the police once is the question. Ethan and Zaina were in her room. That's a picture of all the girls there, all the roommates. The roommate did not contact authorities for 6 hours, despite hearing several of her roommates in distress, as well as witnessing the killer. Mortensen told the cops she was awoken at 4 a.m. by what sounded like victim Kayla Gonzalez playing with her dog in a third-floor bedroom. She said she looked out her room but didn't see anything. Looking again on the second occasion when she thought Zaina Kernodle was crying. Mortensen stated she opened the door for the third time after she heard the crying and saw a figure clad in black clothing and a mask that covered the person's mouth and nose walking towards her. After the man moved towards her, she said that she remained in a frozen shock phase as he continued past her, but let her survive. The online discussion also dissected where the bodies were found, with the relative adding that both Zaina and Ethan were found in her room. So they were found in her room, they're saying. Not in the doorway, but in her room. Ethan's mother also urged those affected by the tragedy to instead look ahead as the suspect makes his way through the courts. Stacey Chapin said that nothing has changed since Kohlberger's arrest and that mourners should direct their anger elsewhere. It comes after sources told News Nation that Zaina fought back against her attacker and repeatedly grabbed the knife used in the attacks. Sources claim that her fingers were nearly severed from the student trying to fight back, with her father, Jeffrey Kernodle, giving the same information in November. He told CBS 5 that autopsy reports showed that his daughter's skin showed bruises torn by the knife. And we did go over that in this weekend's live. We did go over that interview. The FBI has also been forced to deny losing the suspected quadruple killer just moments after he left his apartment in Pullman, Washington with his father, Michael, to return home to Pennsylvania. There's Maddie and Zaina there. The first floor actually only had Dylan on it. I'm sorry, Bethany. I'm so sorry, Bethany. Dylan was actually on the second floor, as well as Zaina and Ethan. The pair had just pulled out of the parking lot with his graduate housing before he vanished from the sight of police before being pulled over twice as he made his way back to the family home. A Hancock Sheriff's Department confirmed Kohlberger was pulled over by a deputy around 10:41 a.m. on December 15th. Kohlberger was pulled over twice within 9 minutes while driving along I-70 in December, looking more concerned on the second occasion. He remains in Latah County Jail awaiting a preliminary hearing in June, which is June 26th, and he is expected to plead not guilty to the charges. Court documents recently revealed that police discovered a pillow covered in blood in Kohlberger's Washington apartment. A new search warrant made public on January 17th shows that police found several hair strands, including one suspected animal hair, a black glove, a computer tower, and one unnamed item with a collection of dark red spots. They also hauled away a pillow with a reddish/brown stain on it and the top and bottom of a mattress cover with multiple stains. Investigators who raided the property back in December also picked up on receipts from Walmart and 2 Marshall's receipts, as well as collecting the contents of his vacuum cleaner. Authorities initially sealed the search warrant for the murder suspect's Washington home, arguing that releasing the details could prematurely end the investigation. However, the document has been since unsealed with the approval of Whitman County Prosecutor Dennis Tracy, who filed the motion on January 17th. Court documents show that 8 strands of hair were recovered from the apartment, as well as a possible animal hair. They also recovered a fire stick during their search. All the items are now being stored at a Washington State Police Department. Authorities reportedly said they wanted to see if any hair had been transferred onto Kohlberger and the back and then back to his apartment, including that of Kaylee Gonzalez's dog, Murphy. Murphy was found alive in Kaylee's room by investigators who were called to the scene and has now been returned to her ex-boyfriend. The application also stated that the home where the students were murdered had a significant amount of blood from the victims, including splatter and cast-off blood. Investigators believe that it is likely that the killer would have had blood evidence on their body or clothing and hope to find trace evidence in Kohlberger's apartment. However, they did not describe the results of any of the testing in the documents, and they did not confirm if any hairs found matched the victim or Kaylee's dog. His offices at Washington State University have also been searched, with nothing was seized by officers. And that is the end of the article there. I did do a live on this over the weekend a couple different times. So if I'm not on this actual article, but over the Idaho Four, if you want to get caught up on those, this article actually came out February the 5th. So I will be going over this in tomorrow's live as well, but I just wanted to give you guys a heads up on this article. Also, I have a lot to go over in tomorrow's live. So if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe, like the content, hit the bell icon to be alerted to all new stuff that I put out. I do go live. We're switching it up to 11:15 a.m. this week just to see how it goes, so that way West Coast people can hop on as well. So like I said, we will be going live tomorrow at 11:15 a.m. to discuss the Idaho Four case. And if you need caught up on any true crime cases that are mainstream right now, don't forget to check out my playlist. I have a ton of them. Also, thank you so much for joining me for yet another upload. I really do appreciate you guys so much. And I will see you guys all in the next live. Bye, guys.